It often starts with the smallest changes. You find yourself a little short of breath when climbing the stairs. Or your knees need a moment to rest before you can get up from the sofa. You tell yourself, it's just age catching up with me. But the truth, something many doctors don't spell out, is this. When your legs start to weaken, it's not simply a sign of getting older. It's your body warning you that you may be missing something crucial. After the age of 60, we lose about 1 to 3% of our muscle mass each year. This happens quietly, no pain, no swelling, until one day, you realize you need to hold onto the wall just to keep your balance. What's surprising is that this can happen even if you eat normally and keep up your usual daily routine. But what if I told you there's a way to turn things around? In just a few days, without a gym membership, without enduring painful treatments, you could start regaining your strength with 3 vitamins that science has proven effective and that countless older adults have already used with success. These nutrients can help you walk with confidence again, boost your energy, and most importantly, keep your independence. In this video, I'll share with you what these 3 vitamins are, how to use them for the best results, and the SOS signals from your body telling you it's time to act. Everything I share is based on clinical research, real-life data, and simple daily habits that can bring big changes. And if you watch until the end, I'll give you a day-by-day vitamin schedule that has helped thousands of older adults walk stronger and steadier. Before we begin, let me know where you're watching from. Leave a comment below, and if you find these health tips helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Smart Health so you never miss a single secret to staying healthy, strong, and full of energy. Let's start with the first vitamin, often overlooked, yet incredibly important. Think of it like a switch that turns back on the strength in your muscles and your bones. I'll never forget the story of Walter, a close friend of mine, 72 years old. Not long ago, he confided in me and said something I'll never forget. It feels like my legs are slowly slipping away from me. I still eat well, walk a little every day, but each step feels heavier than before. I asked him a simple question. Have you ever checked your vitamin D3 levels? He laughed. I thought D3 was only good for bones. And that is exactly the same misunderstanding many older adults have. In reality, vitamin D3 doesn't just keep your bones strong. It's a silent hero in the body, helping you absorb calcium efficiently and activating both muscles and the nervous system, especially the key muscle groups in your legs. Research has shown that after age 60, our skin becomes thinner, the liver and kidneys work more slowly, and, combined with spending less time in the sun, our bodies struggle to make enough vitamin D3 from sunlight. As a result, even if you think you're still healthy, your legs may already be quietly losing strength without you realizing it. Sadly, many people dismiss this as just a normal sign of aging. But the truth is, this is something you can absolutely improve. According to a study from the University of Birmingham, adults over 65 who took 800 IU of vitamin D3 daily improved their leg strength by an average of 19% in just 5 days, with results continuing to climb in the weeks that followed. Another study from Harvard's Center for Gerontology found older adults with low vitamin D3 levels were 40% more likely to suffer falls or be hospitalized due to leg weakness compared to those with normal D3 levels. So, what exactly does D3 do for your legs? Yes, it helps your body absorb calcium better. But that's just the first step. More importantly, vitamin D3 helps muscle fibers contract and relax smoothly, allowing you to move with agility and maintain good balance. It also reduces inflammation in aging muscle tissue and keeps the communication lines between your brain and your legs working quickly and efficiently. When Walter began taking D3 properly, he noticed a dramatic difference. I no longer have to cling to the railing when climbing stairs. It feels like my legs have come back to me. So, what's a safe and effective dose for healthy adults over 60? The recommended amount is 800 to 1.000 IU per day. If you've recently had a fall, notice significant leg weakness, or have issues like osteoporosis or joint pain, your doctor may suggest 1.500 to 2.000 IU daily. But here's an important warning. Don't exceed 4.000 IU per day, unless prescribed and monitored by your doctor. Because D3 is fat-soluble, too much can build up in your body and cause nausea, constipation, kidney stones, or even irregular heart rhythms in some people. That's why consistency and correct dosage are key. The most effective way to take D3 is in the morning or early afternoon, with a meal containing healthy fats, such as eggs, Greek yogurt, avocado, or salmon. Fat helps your body absorb D3 much more effectively. Avoid taking D3 right before bedtime, as it can interfere with melatonin and disrupt sleep. Can you get enough D3 from food alone? The truth is, it's very difficult. One serving of salmon only provides about 500 IU. One egg, just 40 IU. A glass of fortified milk, about 100 IU. To meet the minimum requirement, you'd have to eat large amounts every day, which is nearly impossible, especially for older adults with smaller appetites or restricted diets. That's why supplementing with vitamin D3 isn't just helpful, it's almost essential for keeping your legs strong. In short, if your steps feel heavy, you're losing balance, or stairs suddenly feel like a challenge, don't just chalk it up to aging. Your body may be missing the spark. Your legs need vitamin D3, and D3 might just be the light that brings your strength back. Let's move on to the second essential vitamin, a true conductor that perfectly connects your brain and muscles, bringing confidence to every step you take. After getting enough vitamin D3, Mr. Walter told me, I do feel stronger, but sometimes my legs still feel disconnected. I have to look down just to make sure they're still there. When I heard that, I knew it was time to talk to him about vitamin B12. Many people think B12 is only about energy or memory. That's true, but it's just the tip of the iceberg. For people over 60, B12 is like the cable of the nervous system, especially for the pathway that sends signals from the brain to your legs. When you lack B12, nerve signals slow down or get interrupted. The result? Your legs may feel numb, heavy, or like they're no longer listening to you. You might notice strange tingling sensations, or feel as if you're walking on soft sand, even though your shoes are perfectly fine. So, what's really happening in your body? Your nerves are wrapped in a protective layer called myelin, like the insulation around an electrical wire, which helps signals from the brain travel quickly and accurately. B12 is the repairman that maintains and restores this protective coating. When B12 levels drop, the myelin starts to wear down, like a fraying wire, causing signals to leak or be lost entirely. And here's the important part. B12 deficiency is very common in people over 60 for two main reasons. First, as we age, the stomach produces less acid, making it much harder to absorb B12 from food. Second, if you're taking common medications, such as metformin for diabetes, or acid-reducing drugs like omeprazole, they can unintentionally block your body's ability to absorb B12, even if your diet is otherwise healthy. Let's look at the numbers. A study from Oxford University found that older adults with low B12 levels often walk more slowly, struggle with balance, and are twice as likely to fall compared to those with normal B12 levels. In a clinical trial published in the Journal of Gerontology, older adults were given 1.000 mcg of methylcobalamin, the most active form of B12, every day for 8 weeks. The results? Faster reaction times, reduced foot numbness, stronger lower body muscles, and greater confidence when standing up or turning around. One elderly participant shared, "It's like my legs finally decided to pick up the phone again." So, how can you tell if you might be low in B12? Watch for these signs: tingling or burning sensations in your legs, trouble keeping your balance, especially when turning or stopping suddenly, legs falling asleep for no apparent reason. Low mood, forgetfulness, or blank moments, often mistaken for normal aging. Even mild symptoms may signal that your nervous system is struggling to send messages effectively. As for dosage, doctors often recommend 500-1.000 mcg of methylcobalamin daily. This form of B12 is ready for your body to use immediately, which is especially important since our ability to convert B12 declines with age. You can take it as a sublingual tablet, chewable, or oral spray. The best time? Morning or lunchtime, since B12 can help you feel more alert. Avoid taking it close to bedtime, and try not to combine it with coffee or tea, as they can reduce absorption. Can diet alone provide enough B12? In reality, it's very difficult. For example, 85 grams, about 3 ounces, of beef liver has around 70 mcg. 85 grams of salmon, just 4.5 mcg. 1 egg, 0.5 mcg. And a glass of milk, only 1 mcg. To reach 500 mcg per day, you'd have to eat hundreds of eggs or piles of liver, which is simply not realistic. That's why supplementing with B12 is almost always the simplest and most effective option. B12 is water-soluble, so any excess is excreted in urine, and rarely causes overdose in healthy people. However, if you're taking blood thinners, or have kidney problems, consult your doctor before starting. This is Walter's story. Just 2 weeks after starting B12 supplements, he excitedly told me, "I walked across my living room and realized I wasn't wobbling at all. I didn't even have to think about keeping my balance." That's the incredible power of vitamin B12. It doesn't just make you feel stronger. It reconnects the wires in your nervous system, sharpens your reflexes, steadies your steps, and most importantly, restores your confidence in your own legs. Now, with your nervous system awake and running smoothly again, let's talk about the fuel for your muscles. The final piece that gives every step you take a surge of energy. In our most recent conversation, Walter smiled brightly and told me, "I no longer feel like I'm trudging through wet cement." At that moment, I knew his nervous system had reconnected, and the strength in his legs had returned. But there was still one crucial element left: energy. Strong muscles and sharp nerves are wonderful, but without the fuel to power your body, everything struggles to run smoothly. That's where vitamin B1, also known as thiamine, comes in. This humble vitamin rarely gets the spotlight like D3 or B12. Yet it's the silent hero that restores energy, reduces leg fatigue, and helps you move freely again. Think of your body like a car. Vitamin D3 is the ignition key. B12 is the wiring that connects everything. And B1? That's the gas in the tank. Why is B1 especially important after 60? Your legs contain the largest muscle groups in your body. Every time you rise from a chair, climb stairs, or even walk to the kitchen, your muscles need a type of energy called ATP. B1 is the catalyst that helps cells convert food into ATP. Without it, even strong muscles can't perform at full capacity. Just like trying to drive with the fuel gauge on empty. Surprisingly, B1 deficiency is extremely common in older adults. Why? For a few simple, but often overlooked reasons. As you age, your body absorbs thiamine less efficiently. Some common medications, like diuretics or metformin, can cause B1 to flush out more quickly. Even occasional alcohol can interfere with absorption. And if your diet is low in whole grains or legumes, you're almost certainly not getting enough. In the early stages, B1 deficiency is subtle and easy to miss. But over time, it shows up as legs tiring quickly after short walks, a heavy, dragging sensation in your legs, cramps or tingling in the calves, dizziness when standing, trouble finding the motivation to move, shortness of breath when climbing stairs, and sometimes mental fatigue or a foggy feeling. I'll never forget Mary, 69, describing it perfectly. "It's not exactly pain, more like a strange heaviness in my legs. Like I'm climbing uphill all the time." She ate balanced meals and did light exercise, but the heaviness wouldn't go away until we talked about thiamine and what science has discovered. A 2021 study from the University of Tokyo found that over 30% of older adults have low B1 levels. These individuals often had weaker legs, shorter walking distances, and muscle fatigue. The good news? After adding thiamine, participants saw major improvements in stair climbing, walked more confidently, and felt more energetic, often within just 1 week. Another study, published in the Journal of Neuroscience, gave older adults with chronic leg fatigue 100 milligrams of thiamine daily. The results were striking. 82% reported significantly better leg endurance within 7 days. And 68% said the heaviness or discomfort in their legs was gone. No side effects were reported. So, how does B1 help? It acts as the fuel for the Krebs cycle, your body's main energy production engine. Without it, your muscles simply don't have the energy to work, recover, or grow. Because your leg muscles are the largest, they're often the first to sound the alarm when you're low on fuel. B1 also supports nerve signaling, especially in the peripheral nerves that control your legs and feet. In other words, it powers your body and strengthens the mind-muscle connection. How should you take B1? For older adults with fatigue or nerve issues, doctors often recommend 50 to 100 milligrams of thiamine daily. This is far higher than the minimum RDA of 1.1 to 1.2 milligrams, but proven safe and effective for seniors. For best results, take B1 in the morning, with a meal containing healthy fats or protein. To boost absorption, avoid alcohol, black tea, or coffee around the same time, as they can interfere with uptake. Is B1 safe? Yes. Thiamine is water-soluble, so any excess is flushed out in your urine. Even at higher doses, it's among the safest vitamins for older adults. That said, always consult your doctor first, especially if you have kidney or liver issues, or are taking multiple medications. Can you get enough B1 from food? In theory, yes, but it requires careful planning. Good sources include whole grains, like brown rice and oats, legumes, such as lentils, black beans, sunflower seeds, and organ meats, like liver or pork. Realistically, most older adults aren't eating large servings of lentils or liver daily. And if you're on certain medications, or eating less than usual, a supplement is a smart, convenient choice. Back to Mary? Just 5 days after adding B1 to her routine, she told me, "This morning, I got up, stood tall, and suddenly, I just wanted to walk." That's the magic of thiamine. It doesn't just erase fatigue. It rekindles your desire to move, lightens every step, and restores your trust in your own body again. Now that you've fueled up your body, let's connect everything together. How can the 3 vitamins, D3, B12, and B1, work in harmony? And how should you take them each day for the best results? You already know this powerful trio. Vitamin D3 activates your muscles. B12 connects your nervous system. B1 provides the energy. But just like a sports team, timing and balance are the keys to success. Here's the simplest way to take them for optimal benefits. Morning. Start with fuel. After breakfast, especially if it includes healthy fats like eggs or yogurt, take vitamin D3. This is when your body absorbs D3 best, helping activate muscle strength for the whole day. At the same time, take B1, also called thiamine, to fuel your muscles, so you can move freely and comfortably. Midday, strengthen the wiring. With your lunch, add vitamin B12, ideally in the methylcobalamin form, as a sublingual tablet, chewable, or spray. Avoid tea or coffee right after taking B12, as they can reduce absorption. When you take it properly, you'll notice more alertness, better focus, and a steadier step throughout the afternoon. About multivitamins, don't overlook this. If you take a multivitamin, read the label carefully. Many senior formulas actually lack these 3 crucial nutrients. Or worse, they mix fat-soluble and water-soluble vitamins, without telling you how to take them for best absorption. Instead, taking D3, B12, and B1 separately, at the right times of day, will give you far more noticeable results. Blood tests, a smart move. If possible, Check your blood every 6 to 12 months. This tells you whether you're deficient or getting too much, especially for D3, which is fat-soluble. Test results give you peace of mind and a baseline to track your progress over time. Remember, more is not always better. What you need is the right dose, at the right time, and consistently, not a massive dose once in a while. Simply put, if your legs feel heavy, you hesitate at the sight of stairs, or your balance isn't what it used to be, don't rush to assume it's just aging. Sometimes, the solution isn't surgery or exhausting workouts. It's simply giving your body the right nutrients. These 3 vitamins, when used wisely, can help you regain trust in your body, the joy of movement, and the independence that makes life more meaningful. You deserve to enjoy that every single day. If you've found these tips helpful, leave a comment. I'd love to hear if you've tried adding these 3 vitamins, and whether you've noticed changes in your energy or balance. And don't forget to like and subscribe to Smart Health for more tips to help you stay strong, steady, and living fully after 60. Keep walking tall and confident. I'm always here, cheering you on.